Hi everyone, I'm Kelly Carey. I'm the author of How Long is Forever, illustrated by Ching Zhang and published by Charles Bridge. You're probably thinking how long is forever is how long we've all been stuck in our houses right now. And Mason, in my story, thinks that how long is forever is how long he's been waiting for his grandmother to bake the first blueberry pie of the season. Grandpa knows that's not right, and he sends Mason searching the family farm to find what really is forever. Let's see what Mason does when he first is upset about waiting forever for this blueberry pie. Mason whines and flops on the couch. So let's do that. Let's just get all our whining about being stuck inside and not being able to go play with our friends and missing baseball games and missing our relatives that we can't go and hug right now. Let's just whine about it and get it out of the way. Are you ready? We're all going to flop and whine together. Oh, this is taking forever. Oh, we've been stuck in the house forever. Get all that whining out of the way. What else are you feeling like is taking forever? Just flop on the couch and whine about it. Get it out. It'll feel good. Okay, did you get it all out? All right, let's get ourselves together. Sit back up straight because I kind of want to introduce you to Mason, and you don't want to be flopping and whining when I first introduce you to somebody new. Okay, you ready? So this is the main character of my story. This is Mason. And what I really like about Mason, two things. First of all, Mason gets to visit his grandparents, and they live on this really cool farm. And I also really like his name, Mason. I like his name, Mason, because it reminds me of a mason jar. And mason jars are a lot of times found on farms, and you can store jams and jellies and relishes and pickles and pickled vegetables in them, and they kind of last forever when you put them in these jars. So I think when I think of Mason and mason jars, I think of things that you might treasure and keep forever. And a mason jar is a great place to keep those things. For example, my son collects bottle caps. So he keeps all his bottle caps in a mason jar. I have another son, he used to pick up bouncy balls everywhere we went. So he has a whole bunch of bouncy balls in mason jars. Me, when I go for walks, and maybe that's something you're still able to get out and do, I like to collect things on my walks. So these are some shells that I've collected on walks to the beach. You might go outside now and find some rocks and stones that you find on your travels that you can collect in a mason jar, or maybe some pine cones or some acorns that the squirrels haven't eaten yet. But a mason jar is a great place to keep these treasures, these things that you want to keep forever. If you want to, you can go on a search for your own, and you'll need a mason jar for that. And if you don't have a mason jar at home, that's okay. Just tell the adult in your house that it's a great night for spaghetti and meatballs, and when they're done with the sauce jar, this will work just as well. Or maybe if there's a baby in your house and they're eating lots of baby food out of those glass jars, those work really well too. If you don't have anything special, like a thing, like bouncy balls that you want to put in your mason jar, the other thing that I think is fun to put in your mason jar are drawings of things that you know you'll treasure forever or that you're going to love forever. So let me show you what I did. I did a little drawing today, and you can do a little drawing too. Ooh, my mason jar lid is a little stuck. There it is. So some things that I'm going to love forever. One of my favorite things is the sound of rain on the roof. I love that when you snuggle in at night and the sound of rain on the roof. So that's one of my forevers. So I'm going to fold it up and stick it right inside my forever mason jar. I do some other things, some of my favorite places that I can't wait to get out and go to again when we're out of being stuck in our homes. This is the White Mountains in New Hampshire. Love going hiking up in the White Mountains. So I'm going to put that in my forever jar. Chocolate cake. Do you have a favorite food? Chocolate cake is one of mine. Maybe yours is pizza. Maybe it's ice cream. Whatever your favorite food is, draw a quick picture of that food that you just know you're going to love forever and pop it in your mason jar. I've got a couple others here. I love going to the beach, and I'm a big bird fan. I love bluebirds, especially this time of year because they remind me of spring. You might have some other things that are your favorites. Maybe you have a favorite person in your life. Maybe you have a grandparent that is just such a favorite person in your life that you're going to love forever. Draw a picture of your grandma. Put her in your forever jar. Maybe there's a sport that you just know you're going to love forever. Are you forever going to love baseball? Draw a picture of yourself playing baseball. Put it in your forever jar. If you want to help you out with your forever jar, you can go to kcarrywrites.com and you're going to find these great activity sheets. And they'll help you think of your forevers. So here's one of the activity sheets. So you can think of a person that you might love forever, a place or a thing that you might love forever, or an activity, and that might help you out. Or if you're not really ready to think about the forevers in your life that are special to you, I'll give you another secret. In my book, How Long is Forever, there's a barn cat. Here's the barn cat right here. So the barn cat appears on almost every page in the book, and when you're sharing the book with each other, you guys can be on the lookout for the barn cat. I'm kind of allergic to barn cats, so I'm really happy that he's a cat in a book, or I'd be sneezing all the way through this story. But if you want, what you can do is you can think about what it is that barn cat in this book might love forever. So there's a worksheet on that. You can color the barn cat in and give the barn cat a name, because would you believe I never gave the barn cat a name through the whole book. So I kind of need your help with that. So if you can give my barn cat a name and think of the things that he would love forever, that would be great. Well, we're all stuck inside and thinking about forever. It might be a great time to read about Mason and his journey finding his forever and what really is forever in his life. In the beginning, Mason thinks it's waiting for blueberry pie, but I promise you by the end of the story, he's really figured out what his forevers are. And if you go and grab a copy of How Long is Forever, you'll find out what Mason thinks is forever. And I'm really looking forward to hearing what you think is forever. I think one of the things that I will love forever is reading a good book. And this one looks pretty good. I think I'm going to snuggle in and read it. I hope you will too.